In this movie, I'll show you the solution that I came up with to the string extend challenge. First, let's take a look at the titleize method. Notice here that I'm using this pound syntax in front of the titleize. That lets me know that it's an instance method that we can call. I think it's a good practice to do that. And I usually just start out describe with only that. I'm describing titleize. I'm describing the instance method titleize. Now, for each one, I'm just going to try a sample. I'm just going to use a sample string. Here I have some title words. I'm going to call titleize on it. And what should I get back? I should expect it to titleize them. That is, to make each word a capital, some title words. It should also work with single word strings. So if I have Ruby, it should capitalize it to Ruby. It should capitalize all uppercase strings. So here I've got something that says all uppercase words. Titleize should downcase the necessary letters so that it does still read as title case. And you can see that I have a capital A, U, and W. And then last, capitalizes mixed case strings. Here I've just come up with a crazy string as an edge case, and you can see that it sorts it out just fine and turns it into a proper titleized string. All right, so that's titleized. You could probably think of other edge cases and odd things to throw in there, but that gives it a decent amount of coverage. And then we've got blank. As I mentioned, with blank, you want to consider the fact that we're working with Booleans in how you handle it. So it should return true if the string is empty. Well, let's provide an empty string. Just open quote, close quote, and then call blank on it. It should return true. So we can use be true. Now, you could also use be truthy. That would work as well. But remember, be truthy is broader and more relaxed than be true. Be true is more precise. If we have the ability to use that, especially when working with Booleans, it's better to use be true. Now, as I noted, you also can use the predicate matcher. So you could instead say that you expect it to be blank with no question mark at the end, and that will then call blank question mark on whatever this object is. In this case, I don't favor doing that. And there are a couple of reasons why. First of all, it's doing a little bit of magic behind the scenes to make this happen. So it's not immediately obvious that B blank is not a RSpec matcher. It's one that's being dynamically generated. It's also not obvious that I'm calling my blank method on this string. This really makes it clear. When I say blank right here, it makes it very clear that that's what I'm doing. It also gets harder when we get down here to be false. I don't really want to say not to be blank, right? That would work, that the string not to be blank, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's not true or false, right? We've lost the precision of the Boolean as well. So I think it's much better, especially when we're working directly on the Boolean and testing it directly, to really talk about what it's returning specifically and to make it as clear as possible. If we were working on something else in our application that might respond to blank, then be blank might be appropriate in that case. But when we're testing the method itself, I want to go with the thing that's the clearest. So in my other cases, I've just got a string with only a letter and a string with only a number. And I also need to switch this back to be that it's blank. I should expect it to be false. All right, let's save it. And now let's run all of those examples from our terminal. RSpec, and then spec support string extend.rb. We run it, all 10 examples pass, and we have nothing pending. We've successfully completed the string extend challenge.